Head from the Backstreet Boys. Who is this?
Come on, dude. The Croc Hunter. You're kidding, aren't you, Steve
Oh,
Irwin?
dude, my bad. All right, that's Steve Irwin.
This is the...
Well, they got to update this. The haircut looks a little boy bandy.
Dude,
From the EQC studio, welcome to The Top Step with Rowland-Smith.
How are we going, mates? Welcome to another episode of The Top Step. My name is Rowland-Smith. Now, we've gone from the EQC studio to inside the EQC Sportsbook. That's right, we're inside the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. We've got a very special episode, some very special guests. One of my former teammates and another former Mariner, Charlie Furbush, David Aardsma. Guys, welcome.
Dude, thanks for having us. It's
great
awesome.
to be here.
First time inside the EQC Sportsbook, right, for all of us? Never been in here before?
No,
you guys big sportsbook guys or no?
I mean, I've dabbled in Vegas once or twice, but
You've lost in Vegas, I take it.
Maybe I hit a parlay once. I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah.
this place is sweet though, man. This place is nice, man. With all the
nice.
TVs, if you can come here, watch a Mariners game, watch all kinds of sports. So we've got Manny Celestino who's coming in from the EQC Sportsbook. We've also got Adam Ray who's joining us coming up later on in the show. Guys, we always kick it off with what's trending around the Seattle Mariners or even around Major League Baseball with the top trends. Now, this stat, I came across this stat. This is the strength of schedule. Now, this comes to you from ilovebaseball.org. Go to ilovebaseball.org. You can see all the amazing things they are doing for young Dominican players. You go there, it's only $39 a month. You can sponsor a player, give them everything they need off the field. So check this out. And I want to ask you guys if this is something that really matters when you're inside the clubhouse or on a team. But the Mariners have the second easiest schedule moving forward. So when you look at the Mariners, right, first of all, teams who are 500 or above, they're 13 and 17. It's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
That's kind of mid-range as we're sitting here talking right now. Teams that are sub 500, they're 27 and 14 as we're talking right now. Now, again, as we record this, things will change the next couple of days. Like, for example, the Yankees sit atop that. They've got the best record against teams that are plus 500. So the Mariners moving forward are playing teams on average that are ranked around 16th. Right, so that's basically the only team that has an easier schedule is the Angels below that. The question I want to ask you guys, I never really thought about who was coming up unless there's one dude who absolutely owned me. Do you guys think about, oh man, we're going to play Team A, then we're going to play Team B. Let's say, for example, we've got the Yankees coming up, we've got the Red Sox. Did you guys, before you got on the plane and headed out on the road, was that really a factor or was it just business as usual?
It was always usually business as usual, but you always knew that big road trip, right? Going to Yankee Stadium, going to Boston, those big cities, that fan base, right? It's just different. No matter what their records are, it's just a different little environment. And that's the only thing I really thought about because you're doing tickets, you're trying to figure out families coming, they will all want to go to those games. But in all reality, like, you just play who's coming up.
Well, okay, you mentioned the big market teams playing Yankee Stadium, playing Fenway or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about, let's say the Royals, for example, are like one of the toughest teams, and you're looking, strength of schedule. Like, we're struggling here. We got the next couple of weeks. Is that even a factor?
I don't think so. I mean, I think you got to respect all the teams out there, right? And you're in the big leagues for a reason. These guys, even if they're on a struggling team, for instance, the White Sox recently, they're not playing very well, but they're big league players, right? So we still have to do our job as best we can on a nightly basis and not really kind of pay attention to that strength of schedule, because if you start thinking about that way and say, hey, this team isn't very good, or maybe I should succeed because they're not very good, you're really not attacking. You're not doing the things you should be focused on.
I'm glad you brought that up, man, because this again, now that I'm done playing, and you always hear everyone say, "Oh yeah, but look at the next 2 months. It's going to be tough or whatever." But again, as you guys said, as a player, you're like, all right, I'm rolling into this team. I'm doing my homework on who I'm playing. But the difference is, for some reason, fans, and I'm guilty of it too, you're playing like the White Sox, right? Like the Mariners just got done playing the White Sox. You're not rolling in there as a player going, oh, yeah, we're playing the White Sox, we're good. Like, I can just throw fastballs down the middle.
No, you're never thinking that, right? Because you still have to beat them. Now, we got to sit back now and look at that and say, okay, they should win these games. Yeah. It should be 2 out of 3 pretty easy. And you do look at the strength of schedule because sometimes you get beat up. Because it's closer games. It's harder games. But I'll be honest, like, there was seasons where I was on really good baseball teams. And when you walk, it did not matter who you walked out. Like, you're walking that stadium going, we are going to win today. And you kind of wanted the better teams. Like when I was in 08 with the Red Sox, great team. We were kicking butt, went to the ALCS. We wanted the best because we wanted to show them that we were better than them.
That's the difference, man.
Yes.
It really is. And by the way, in the division, the Astros, the Rangers have the 10th toughest schedule. But as a player, you're not, oh, yeah, sweet, the Rangers, they're right behind us, but they got the 10th toughest schedule.
No, not thinking about it at all.
And the Astros are pretty close to the Mariners, too. When you look at some of the numbers, they're right behind the Seattle Mariners when it comes to the schedule. But again, from when you zoom out, from our perspective, you're looking, okay, who are the Mariners coming up? But yeah, as a player, it's really not a factor.
Yeah, I mean, you really got to take it a day at a time, right? I mean, it's too hard to get ahead of yourself and say, oh, we got a 3-game series, we're going to win all these 3. You got to focus on tonight, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's got a job. Everyone's got to get the job done tonight, and that's all we can focus on. That's all we really can control.
Yeah, for sure. Now, listen, that was the top trends, guys. We've got a lot to get to. We're sitting here at the EQC Sportsbook. We're about to watch some Mariners baseball right after this, too. We're going to be here once a month, by the way. We're going to be coming to the Emerald Queen Casino once a month up until the end of the season. We've got a lot to get to, so don't go anywhere. Keep it right here on the Top Step.
Welcome to Tacoma. We sit in the shadow of no one, except, well, Tahoma. It's who we are. We like to get loud, and we're all about the thrill of going for it. We just put on our game face and play. So get ready for whatever the next adventure holds. From the big shout, to the big payout, to the big night out. We're here for it. Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
All right, welcome back inside the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. We're inside the EQC Sportsbook. This place is awesome. First time, fellas, for me to be sitting inside the EQC Sportsbook.
Beautiful.
I love it in here, and we have joined now by one of the head sportsbook writers, Manny Mantastic. Apparently that's your name, Manny Celestino. Manny, welcome.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you for having me.
Talk us through your role in here. What's your role here in the casino?
Oh, well, my role here is to help the guys that come up here and want to place a bet on their teams. We help them out with the odds, what the odds are and what the wagers are, favorites and the underdogs, and we help them out to place their bets and get them to be winners, hopefully.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Manny, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
So as a first-time, person in the casino and the sportsbook, it's great, all these TVs, but how do I place a bet? I see this screen up there, and it's quite overwhelming, but can you give me some guidelines of how to get my first bet in?
Sure. You come in, and we have on this wall right here behind you, there's little slots. We have all the betting sheets there. You have for UFC, basketball, football, whatever it is that's in season. You grab your sheet, you look it up, see what the odds are, see what you like. Once you figure out, we've got pencils there also, you figure out what you like. Go up to the window, tell them this is what I want. I want this 4-5-6, which is the Mariners, for instance, to win. And you place your bet, ask how much you want to wager, give you the odds, give you the amount you're going to win, and place your bet.
Well, Manny, I appreciate you, first of all, having us in here. But I think you've convinced us, man. We're going to be hanging out here. It's that easy, I feel like.
I mean, Manny, how many TVs are in here? Is it like 600 TVs?
There's at least, in this area here, I think there's 60 or 70 TVs in here. And there's one on every betting area. There's one there for every betting area.
Are you able to get any game on the TV that you want?
Whenever you come in, you say, I would specifically like to watch a game, and we'll put it on there for you.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Love it.
We have soccer. Guys come in, they want to watch soccer, we put it on.
Well, I'm seeing baseball everywhere, so I'm liking this. College World Series.
We're
you
good
got
on
the
college.
Yankees,
We're good
Red
with
Sox.
baseball.
Oh, the baseball. I'm sorry.
We're good with the baseball. Now, listen, this place, the EQC Sportsbook, it is awesome, Manny. We really appreciate you hanging out with us and having us for the evening, too.
Thank you. No, I appreciate you guys coming over.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, coming up, guys, we have got actor, comedian, and Mariners superfan, Adam Ray. He's going to be joining us right here on the Top Step. All right, welcome back to the EQC Sportsbook. Now, we do have some Mariner fans here, fellas, and we did find one just kind of hovering around here in the Sportsbook. I'm like, who is this guy? Just like, dude, leave us alone. It's Mariners. I got to say, look, when you talk about Mariners fans,
Sure.
I'm not going to lie, man. Nothing comes close to this. A very busy human being, but dude, huge Mariners fan. We have got actor comedian Adam Ray. Adam, how you doing?
Guys, thank you so much. I'll clap for myself. I was in the bathroom shadowboxing, practicing for my fight with Charlie Furbush after the episode. And, yeah, man, fired up. Longtime Mariners fan. We're taking it way back to when Ken Griffey Jr. had a candy bar, and my fat little 12-year-old just devoured those. I remember holding on to it and being like, this is going to be worth a lot of money in like 30 years. And then like 5 minutes went by and I was like, or I can eat it now. But yeah, dude, happy to be here. First time caller, long time listener.
Now, obviously, you're not hovering around the casino. You're here. I asked you to come here. I knew you were in town, so I was like, oh, man.
Berated me. Ryan sent me the classic Ryan Rowland, 3 a.m., what you doing tonight? And I was like, it's 3 in the morning, dude. What are you doing right now? And he said, you want to come by he's like, come by my podcast? And so I came by his podcast. But you're crushing it, dude. Great show. You've had everybody on the show. You've got the
be honest. Be honest.
The Nick Carter bobblehead from the Backstreet Boys. Who is this?
Come on, dude. The Croc Hunter. You're kidding, aren't you, Steve?
Oh, dude, my bad. All right, that's Steve Irwin.
This is the.
Well, they got to update this. The haircut looks a little boy bandy.
Dude, I've got a whole set at my house. It's
of course
big time.
you do.
And he's in the back. It is blurred out, but he's like the centerpiece.
Is he the top? Like the way that I think, pre-Oscar slap, Will Smith was probably like the top American, right? As far as you go, like. If the world came to an end and aliens did invade, who would defend us? But also, who would we hope nothing happened to? Is Irwin the Australian?
Trying to think. Yeah, he's going to be up there. Anyone who says Crocodile Dundee, Paul Hogan, now legend.
Paul Hogan, dude.
But no, he's the movie version. No, he's the real deal.
Probably throw Jackman in there.
They're actors like you. They're not real.
How about? Too soon.
Now listen. You're a Mariners fan. What do you know about the guy to your left, and what do you know about Charlie Furbush?
Couple of living legends, dude. I mean, I have these guys' posters above my wall still. Now, have you always looked like David Goggins had a baby with Jason Statham?
I had to look before Goggins. I had to look before Goggins.
You know who Goggins is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. He just is alys he's always like, I love the inspirational jogging videos. You're the what?
I burnt all the boats before I got here.
Nice, dude. What is your guys' regimen? You're all still very in shape.
Oh, just every day. Just all the time. All the time. I go with the girls, hot yoga.
Hot yoga.
That's the key,
David, you every day working out still?
Every day.
Charlie, what about you?
Sometimes.
Charlie's got the Bowflex 3 times a week. I can see those arms still.
Hey, long and skinny has been my whole life.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
it's like, I don't
Gotta
really.
roll with
the weight is appropriately distributed.
Yeah, and oddly enough, I think I look back on when I got drafted, like, hey, how much did I weigh? I wanted to know coming out of college. I'm literally 2 pounds heavier. So
Really?
Good for you.
I haven't gained any or lost any weight, so I must be doing something right.
Perfect. Do the Charlie Furbush diet regimen. Mine is just stress and having your dad leave when you're 9. Thanks for bringing it up, Dave. But anyway, happy to be here.
All right, so let's get real, though. Let's get
real. Let's stop messing around, dude. Let's get real.
You are in Tacoma, not because you're hanging out here at the EQC.
Yeah.
You do have a show.
I got 5 sold-out shows at the Tacoma Comedy Club. When this airs, the shows will have passed. Thanks for coming out. But my special is out right now on YouTube called Like and Subscribe. Check it out. It's fun. It's got a lot of traveling material about my psycho nephew, about booze, about being married, about my white rapper brother-in-law, Dirte. That's a real guy. When your sister comes home and is like, oh my God, I met someone special. Usually the next words out of your mouth aren't like, I hope it's a semi-locally famous rapper named Dirte. I hope he talks about opening for DMX once all the time, but he does because it was a cool thing to do. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Check it out. I got a little bit of material about Tino Martinez and Greg Perkle and Paul Sorrento. I've got a whole.
So we have some Mariners stuff in there.
No, I don't. I was just trying to see if I could remember famous Mariners first basemen. Drink 5 if you're playing the Paul Sorrento drinking game at home. Every time he's mentioned on this podcast, you take a shot of Zima. Rye, what is your? I mean, we met through the Mariners, but you've come out to some of my shows. You've been a great audience member. Australians love American comedy.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, you guys love comedy in general, but what is it? Is there I mean, you guys have your Australian greats, but is it?
Yeah, the Australian, comedy scene, I feel like the style is different, that's for sure, right? And you correct me if I'm wrong. Very self-deprecating.
Oh,
it's kind of got a little bit more of that UK feel to it.
Yes.
You know, that kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
But I do. I mean, of course, everyone loves stand-up comedy. You
Yeah.
guys are in the golden era of stand-up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, you and Bob Stelton and Mike Lefko came to, I think, the last time I was in town.
Oh, so
And,
good. That was good.
It was just wild. And I do a lot of crowd. This special is pretty much all material, but I've got a bunch of crowd work specials up, and that's one of my favorite things to do during the show. And Char has been to a bunch of shows too, and knows that it's like I love to, break the fourth wall. It helps connect the room, but also, I get bored of just doing the same stuff each night. I'm always mixing up chunks of material,
Right.
but like to really not know what's going to happen. And I mean, even last night, it was like we had some people from Gig Harbor that were just hammered, and we had these people that used to date and like reminisce and like recognize each other during the show. So then we went down memory lane with one of them, and it got real uncomfortable for the husband, but it was awesome. I keep it light and keep it funny.
Dude, you got so
Ruining marriages.
Yeah,
They
pretty
definitely divorced on the way home, but it was fun. It was fun to watch them fall apart.
Dude, you are all over the place. Now, you're doing Dr. Phil Live, which
Yeah.
is just... And I asked you... What did I ask you when you first came in? I asked him, have you guys seen Dr. Phil Live?
Amazing. Absolutely
Furbush,
amazing.
you got to follow me on the IG. Dave.
It's awesome.
So
Yeah.
basically, during COVID, I was watching. I was like, dude, there's only so many more times I can watch Tiger King. I needed something else to really fill up my show rotation. And these Phil reruns would come on, and I was like, dude, this guy is so hilarious at chopping people down, whether it's direct or indirect, and he wants to help solve problems, but he's also concerned with like good TV ratings. So anytime someone would start to explain where they're coming from, he would throw in a commercial break. It didn't matter if like some kid was like 10 years old. He'd be like, Nathan, look at me. You're 9 years old, but you look 49. Okay, you got a weird set of googly eyes. You got horrible breath. I want to hit you, but I'm not gonna. Okay, but I need you to know that I could. Nathan, you're a rock bottom. We got to get you to rock top and figure out who's driving the depressive submarine inside of your heart. Nathan, give me one reason why you're not a loser, and I'll give you 10 reasons why everyone in your family wishes you were dead. We'll be right back. And he would cut to a commercial, and everyone claps, and the kid cries, and I couldn't get enough. So I started dressing up as Dr. Phil and doing these live shows. And now I've had, Bill Burr and Tiffany Haddish and Anthony Jeselnik, and Jelly Roll just came on, and Joel McHale and Bert Kreischer, and we do this live show, and it's like a silly late-night show that they're all on YouTube, and they're all getting millions of views, and so now we're going to take it on a theater tour and see,
Nice.
just kind of milk it until it runs dry,
I go where they know me. They get me. Where they have everything I want and a little extra. They understand what I'm looking for. They appreciate my play. And they crown me for it. So when it's showtime, I'm front row. And all that, I'm here for it. Emerald Queen Casinos, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
How do you have time to follow the Mariners like you do? Because, dude, you are dialed in, man. Every
Yeah.
time I get a chance to talk to you or talk to you on the radio,
Yeah.
dude, you dialed in.
I
It's
love
like
it,
you
dude.
just
Yeah, I'm diehard. I mean, my mom used to take me to games all the time as a kid. I would take the bus down from Lake Forest Park to the Kingdom on school nights with my buddies, and we'd buy a poster board from Albertsons and write, try to get on the Diamond Vision. We'd sit up in the 300 level. I remember when Rob Ducey was in the lineup at one point, and they would play Gettin' Jiggy with it for his walk-up song, so we put Gettin' Ducey with it, and we got on the Diamond Vision, and it was like the greatest day of our lives. But, baseball is just always, I don't know, man. It's a sport that really... it's connected me on so many levels. My wife is now a diehard M's fan. And then I wanted to be a baseball broadcaster growing up. And so to now become buds with, Riz and, Sims and Goldie and Gary. And, I've timed a lot of my tour dates to be where the M's are. So I was just in Denver while they were there. And I went over 2 days to just hang out in the booth for like 3 hours. And then they all came to my show that night. And that's just an extra cool part. But it's, when you follow baseball, obviously the longest season sport, you get so emotionally invested to where you really do feel connected to the team. And whether or not you know players personally or not, now I've been fortunate to get to know some of you guys, you really just get so invested that that the highs and lows are real. And so when you have a season like we're having now, it's wild to not follow all the time on the plane, or like I was telling Rye, sometimes I'll be late to a set because I'm watching these one-run games, and it's 1-1 in the 9th or the 10th, which another reason why we got to add some bats. You're affecting my career now. Do you know what I'm saying? Enough of these close one-run games. Can we please have 5 runs by the 5th so I don't have to skip my spot? But
who do you want the Mariners to get? Let's talk.
Let's talk about it. I'm following it. I think
the trade deadline's coming up.
It's coming up. We're about a month away.
But
I'm sure they've
this
been.
When we start to talk, who you got?
Well, I think we're in a unique spot. The fact that we are buyers and in a position where it's like, dude, you add a couple, maybe even just one piece, like things go up a notch. Because I think like we saw, when you guys played, the lineup, I mean, certain players, I think, are just directly affected by another bat in front or behind them, right?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's like, dude, Buhner, having these 40 home run seasons, big bat, but like, dude, knowing like who was in front and who was behind him sometimes, like, I'm sure made a difference. So, Pete Alonso, I love. I think that is just a ticket seller and a young dude that I think if you locked him down for like 5 or 6 years would fit great. And I think he would. I think he would welcome. He seems like a fun guy. I think it's a personality that would fit in. I think that matters with like the clubhouse and the chemistry we have. Is it Luis Robert Jr. from the White Sox who just obviously proved he can hit him out by barely even trying in our park? So I like him a lot.
I'm not going to lie, man. Like the last couple of days, I was like, oh, I see. Because before
did you
that,
put
I was
that guy behind Julio or after Cal? Like,
oh, man.
If it went Julio, Luis, Cal, or vice versa, or I don't know, dude. I just think even Haniger, I feel like, is such a waiting to pop out. Truly, I feel like he could have a Julio type run that he had. Was it last year when he was like 40 for 42 or whatever?
Yeah.
But Mitch, I just feel like is, would benefit by having somebody that was really a big bat in front of him.
All right, so we talked some Mariners, right? We talked about how much you love this team.
Yeah.
But you have been to Australia. Now I'm going to put everyone here on the spot. Everyone can play this How to Speak Australian. This is the How to Speak Australian segment brought to you by the Kangaroo and Kiwi Pub. Adam, real quick, I know you got to go here. Have you ever been to the Kangaroo and Kiwi?
No, but I'm going
back. Oh, we're going, dude.
Are we going?
Oh, 100%.
Dude, I would love to go to Australia with the King. I mean, dude, when you go down there, you cannot walk 15 feet without people calling you a bogan. And then right after that, they're like, dude, do you know Russell Crowe? And I'm like, no. And they're like, dude, do you know, Kerry Washington? No. How about Ryan Rowland-Smith? And I'm like, dude, bingo.
Number 3 on the list.
I've got that guy's, I've got
But listen, the Kangaroo and Kiwi in Ballard, it's got all the Aussie stuff up on the walls. It's unreal.
It's here.
In Ballard.
I'm talking,
I thought this was in Australia.
No, this is the Aussie pub in Seattle.
That's amazing.
Right,
we'll go have a pint soon.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I nearly just gave away. Actually, I'm going to make it tough because you've been to Australia.
Been to Australia.
You guys can jump in, by the way.
Okay.
Now, the phrase, I'm having a slap on the pokies. Does anyone know what that means? I'm going hard. I'm going tough here. We'll give it the pokies. What are the pokies in Australia? I'll give you a hint. We're sitting in a place that potentially could have a couple pokies laying around.
I think it's a type of person or it's a beverage.
David, what do you got?
I am absolutely
having
lost.
a slap on the pokies. Boom. And the
drink
clue
at the bar.
is we're inside the casino.
Wow. Drink at the bar, Aardsma's going with.
I'm going to say a type of person. It's got to be a...
I'm going to say it's actually you're in the bathroom, and it's something to involve with something that's...
Having a slap on the pokies, the poker machines, the slot machines.
You're playing games.
If I'm having a slapping the pokies.
Pokies is poker.
You guys know what I'm talking about. Right?
Wow. That's so simple.
Well, why don't you just say we're playing poker?
Look, the pub scene in Australia is massive, and you have the slot machines all over the place. I'm going for a slap. Okay. I'm having a slap on the pokies.
All right.
Boom. That is the word. Now, I've given it away. All right, but you can, if you dude, I thought you were going to get that one, dude.
So did I, dude. Yeah, I don't know.
Melbourne?
Melbourne? I say Melbourne, right?
Yeah, but you not the Melbourne. You didn't go have a slap on the pokies or what?
Well, I did do some. There were bars with a lot of sports gambling machines.
Exactly.
That's huge. But I never heard slap at the. I was with American dudes when we played,
you were with a bunch of American. Yeah. All right, so that's the How to Speak Australian. So we can go to @the_Top_step TV on social media, and you can play along. Give me your best explanation if you've ever had a slap on the pokies. All right, big thanks to Adam Ray. Big thanks to David Aardsma and Charlie Furbush. That's all the time we have. Make sure if you want to go see the full-length version of any of these interviews or segments, go to YouTube @the_Top_step TV. We'll catch you next week. Go have a slap at the pokies here at the EQC Sportsbook. We'll see you next week right here on the Top Step.